4 of the best boozy fragrances. I've got 2 niche and 2 designer to show you. In at number 4, this is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Prive. I love Givenchy Gentleman EDP. This one smells very similar, which is why I like it so much. The EDP is dark vanilla and iris mixed together. They're the main 2 notes I get. So it's sweet, it's formal, and it's a beautiful, smooth, professional fragrance. Where Reserve Prive differs, this has a slight whiskey note. It's not going to be too strong, it's not too flamboyant, it's not going to be too challenging. It just has a delicate whiskey note which you can pick up, which really adds a lovely boozy character to an already great fragrance. So if you like Givenchy Gentleman EDP and you want something just a bit more boozy, this is a great choice. Although arguably I will say you don't need to own both because they smell similar. But if you haven't got either and you like the sound of Givenchy Gentleman EDP with an extra whiskey note, this is going to be a really excellent choice for that situation. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Prive. Now let's take a look at a niche fragrance, so one that I absolutely love. That's Kilian Angel Share. I have loved this ever since I tried it. It's one that I will hopefully always have in my collection. Well, Kilian is of course famous for the cognac products that they sell, and that is what you get in this fragrance. You get a blast of cognac off the top. As soon as you spray it, it hits you. But what this doesn't go in it starts off boozy, but it changes into a very sweet, almost gourmand fragrance as it dries through. This is very delicate, it's smooth, it's sweet, it's very comforting. For me, this only really works in the cold weather. I think possibly you could wear it on the spring and summer evenings as well, although I don't really gravitate towards this one for those occasions. I simply wear this in the colder weather because I think it works so well in that situation. The sweetness, the praline, caramel-like note that it's got really adds a comforting feel, and it works great for the winter. But if we're talking about boozy fragrances, you don't get much better than this. I mean, even the bottle looks like a glass of liquor, so you can tell what they're going for when they made this. I absolutely love it. The bottle alone is stunning, but the fragrance backs it up because it's such a beautiful fragrance. One you should check out if you love boozy, sweet fragrances. Now, this next one, number 2, is simply one of the best fragrances I've ever tried. Fahrenheit Le Parfum, and this is a highly slept on fragrance. It's not spoken about often, and I really don't understand why. The fragrance is phenomenal. It's a designer fragrance. It smells like a high quality niche fragrance, and if I was you, I would buy it whilst you can. I don't know how long this will be on the market for. I don't know if this is going to be one that Dior discontinued, but this for me is just a perfect fragrance. The way it smells on me, the way it makes me feel, the way it performs on me is just perfect. You know, it's one of those fragrances that just give you confidence. And if we're talking about the reason why we wear fragrances, there are many different reasons. Each person has their own reason for wearing a fragrance. One of the best qualities a fragrance could give me is that it gives me confidence and makes me feel good, especially when you're dressing up. You just want something extra to make you feel good. And this is what Dior Fahrenheit Parfum does to me. Now, is it a boozy fragrance? Well, yes, it is. It has the Fahrenheit backbone, the original Fahrenheit DNA in here somewhere, but it's much more modern, it's sweeter, it's boozier as well. Of course, it's got this boozy rum in the base notes, and in the opening you have suede, you've got mandarin orange, you've got this very juicy sweetness. That mandarin orange is perfect. You've got violet leaf, which is of course famous in the original. It's what the original was famous for, and we get to that boozy rum. Smells magnificent. Again, this goes more in the kind of cold weather direction, but because it's quite bright in the opening, arguably you could actually get away with this in the spring and summer evenings. I would certainly wear this in the spring and summer evenings much more than I would Angel Share. This hasn't got that gourmand quality that Angel Share has, so I think this is much more suited for the spring and summer evenings. But for me, I can't speak highly enough about this fragrance. I really recommend anyone to try it. Even if you like the original Fahrenheit and you're worried this is going to miss the mark and you're going to be let down because it smells different. Yes, it does smell different. It does smell different to the original Fahrenheit, but that's a good thing. We still have the original. We have the original, and we have a more modern, boozier, sweeter, longer lasting version. Fahrenheit Le Parfum, number 2. Now, how could I do a boozy fragrance list without having this as my number 1? This is a stunning, mouth-watering, boozy fragrance, Nasomatto Baraonda. Absolutely stunning is what this is. Beautiful, timeless, elegant, niche, unique. There are so many qualities, so many words I could use to describe this. It smells like nothing I've smelt before. If you imagine what the best whiskey smells like, a fucking 20-year-old whiskey that costs £150, something that I'm never going to be able to drink myself. But a whiskey, the ideal smell of a whiskey, something that's been sat in a barrel for years. It's sweet, it's woody, it has a beautiful but not too rough alcoholic liquor smell, whiskey smell. That is what this smells like. It's mouth-watering, it's photorealistic, it paints a picture in your head of smelling that whiskey, and it's absolutely beautiful. It doesn't even smell like a cologne. It doesn't even smell like a fragrance. When you smell it, you wouldn't even say to someone, oh, what cologne you're wearing, because it doesn't smell like that. It just smells beautiful. The perfumer who made this, he makes the Nasomattos, he makes the Auto Parisi fragrances. The creativity is unbelievable. It's unmatched. All of those fragrances, and I will do a video on them at some point. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And for me, that's what perfumery is all about. Creating something so creative and so different, so thought-provoking. And I guess that is what Baraonda does to me. It's a fragrance I wear only for myself, really. It's not one I'd even wear, particularly when I'm going out, even though it smells amazing. But it's one I just want to be with by myself, spray it on my hand and smell it throughout the evening. It's that kind of fragrance. Simply stunning. A must-have if you love boozy fragrances. This is the best boozy fragrance you'll ever try, I promise you. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your favourite out of these four.